First at 4, finally some rain, but unfortunately not for everybody. We'll show you who's getting a lucky lawn watering coming up. Karen?
Also first at 4, Operation Legend in Detroit. This federal prosecutor tells us why what's happening here is very different than the situation in Portland. Paula.
Suspicious seeds from a far-off land showing up in our neighbors' mailboxes. What the Michigan Department of Agriculture wants you to do if you receive this unsolicited and potentially dangerous gift. These stories and more are happening right now on Local 4, First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, from Washington, D.C. to Portland to Detroit. The use of federal law enforcement to fight violence and violent protests is under a red-hot spotlight. Today, we're getting a look at what the Fed's Operation Legend will mean for the Motor City. Up first, a big development today in Portland, Oregon's governor says federal agents will begin a phased withdrawal from the city. Protesters have repeatedly clashed with federal agents during nightly demonstrations. In a plan negotiated with the governor and Homeland Security, Oregon State Police will step up patrols in Portland's downtown, and federal agents will begin to leave tomorrow. Images like that have people nervous here. So let's bring in Kimberly Gill. She's in the newsroom. And Kim, the feds are promising the local operation has nothing to do with protests here.
That's what they say, Karen. You're right. Good afternoon to you. The U.S. Attorney says Operation Legend is strictly about putting an end to gun violence in the city. He says shootings are up 50% in Detroit in the last year. So here are some things that we can expect. Detroit will be receiving 44 ATF agents and 12 FBI agents, some with permanent jobs, some temporary. Local law enforcement will get about $1 million in federal grants to address gang and gun violence, and $100,000 for gunshot detection technology called ShotSpotter. Officials say this is the next phase of a federal operation that actually began last year. They say they're targeting gun violence on Detroit's west side in the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 12th precincts. Mayor Duggan says he likes what he's hearing after U.S. Attorney Matthew Schneider said this.
Some people in our state have falsely and recklessly stated that the efforts of our partnership to protect our community from violence is instead a secret effort to stop the right of Michiganders to protest. These false statements destroy the trust between our community and law enforcement that we have worked for so many years to build.
I was very encouraged by what I heard today, and I was especially encouraged by the emphasis that the U.S. Attorney placed in the fact this is going to have nothing to do with protests. We're not having any Homeland Security officers in here. This is going to help reduce gun violence.
But Mayor Duggan went on to stress that he sees no legal basis for sending Homeland Security agents into Detroit. If it's attempted, the mayor says it will be dealt with. The defenders will take a closer look at what this means for Detroit coming up on Local 4 News at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Now, we're going to walk you through the newest numbers on coronavirus. Officially, the state is reporting 996 new cases today, but we need to give you some perspective. 300 are from a backlog of test results the state just received from a private lab. State also says while new cases have increased moderately in recent weeks, the number of deaths remain flat. It's reporting 2 deaths today. Michigan State University confirming someone in Holmes Hall has tested positive. Those people are self-isolating, and the health department is reaching out to anyone who had close contact. The Michigan High School Sports Council has now approved a phased-in schedule for fall sports, and you can see which sports will start first on the homepage at clickondetroit.com. Lots of good information there. Check it out. General Motors reporting a huge loss connected to the COVID pandemic, but there are some signs of hope. The automaker says it lost $806 million from April through June. It's a loss of about 50 cents per share, but that still exceeded Wall Street expectations. Sales in the U.S. fell 34% for the quarter, but things were picking up in May and June. So where does General Motors go from here? Business editor Rob Maloney looking for answers to that question, so join us at 5 for his special report. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson calling it a new day for elections here in Michigan, but you still can't miss that absentee deadline. So if you're voting in the August 4th primary, it's probably too late to pop that ballot in the mail. Benson is urging voters bring their absentee ballots to their local clerk's office or a voting drop box. Those ballots must be received by 8 p.m. on Election Day to be counted. If you want to vote in person, Benson says the state is making safety at polling places a top priority.
To keep election workers and voters safe, we've also provided gloves, disposable masks, cleaning products, hand sanitizer, and face shields, as well as new protocols for hygiene and social distancing.
Nearly 2 million absentee ballots have been issued this year. That's nearly double the amount of absentee ballots in any election in state history. Some of you may have seen those storms roll through your neighborhood today, and the risk is still hanging around this afternoon. So let's get over to Ben Bailey for our first forecast.
Hey, Karen. Yeah, some of us are getting that rain that a lot of us very much need, but it's a very small portion of the area. Storm Tracker 4 shows that these storms have been lighting up the radar here, but it's a lot of lightning strikes and definitely some downpours, but again, it's just not covering a whole lot of ground. Last of those storms right now just starting to clear downriver as it makes its way into the river and over into parts of Ontario. That may be it, as the cold front is just behind that. However, we are still technically in a marginal risk for severe weather, so until the Storm Prediction Center pulls that down, we'll still be monitoring the skies. However, it does look like in the next couple hours, as the cold front comes through, that should end our severe threat. We'll talk about better chances of rain and also some lower humidity, because I know it's a little muggy for folks out there right now, all coming up in a few minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. The body of civil rights icon John Lewis was taken from the U.S. Capitol today. We will have more on that story in just a moment, but breaking news into our newsroom from Rockwood, where people are being asked to evacuate because of a fire at an industrial building. Take a look right now. We got Sky 4 over the fire at R.J. Marshall Company on Huron River Drive. Multiple fire departments are on the scene. Right now, there's no word on the cause, but we do know one firefighter was taken to the hospital for heat exhaustion. Wow, look at it from that scene. We'll continue to follow new developments and, of course, bring you new information on air and online at clickondetroit.com. Now, back to our big story of the day. The body of civil rights icon John Lewis was taken from the U.S. Capitol today for his final journey home. The Georgia congressman was lying in state for 2 days, one of many public tributes to the man whose life and words have touched so many people. A few hours later, he arrived in Georgia, where he will lie in repose at the state capitol. Lewis will be buried tomorrow after a service at the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. President Trump offering no excuses as the United States military makes plans to pull American troops from Germany. It's the president's decision as commander-in-chief to remove 12,000 troops, nearly a third of U.S. forces stationed there. Now, the move is seen as a sharp rebuke to a key European ally. The president lays the blame squarely on Germany, saying it should contribute more to NATO and its own defense. Still, U.S. military leaders say nearly half of those troops will remain in Europe to address tensions with Russia. We've been warning you about those mysterious seeds from China arriving in mailboxes all around the country. Now, we wanted to know more about why they might be coming and the possible dangers they present. So we're bringing in Paula Tutman. She's been doing some digging. Paula?
Hey, Karen. Yeah, in Michigan, of course, we're well versed in invasive species. Think about what the emerald ash borer did to all of our ash trees and Phragmites. Once it takes hold, it just takes over, swallowing up waterways. Well, that's just one of the dangers, potential dangers of these seeds. And there's something very specific you need to do if you get them.
We started getting our first reports on Friday.
According to the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the seeds have shown up in 30 states thus far, including Michigan.
We don't know what's in these mysterious white packages. We know that they're seeds, but we don't know what they are.
I have ordered seeds from Amazon in the past. I've never ordered seeds from this company. I can't even tell what the company is.
If the name Fred Tutman sounds familiar, it's because he is my brother, a gentleman farmer on our family's Maryland farm, who is also a professional environmental activist and Patuxent River keeper, who has received numerous packages of these suspicious seeds.
They are labeled in various ways. There's corn. What else do I see here? There was one arrived a few days ago I didn't recognize at all. Gourd big bottle. I guess these are gourd seeds. Extra tomato seeds.
He knew immediately not to trust the seeds.
I'm certainly sensitized that you could put any number of things in a pouch and mail it to another place anonymously, and it could create mischief, whether that was anthrax or whatever. That's not the first thing that came to mind. Mostly I thought it was some kind of weird mistake.
Important. Don't throw these seeds away in the garbage.
They might start sprouting in a landfill. So best, I think, to autoclave, destroy. I'm a blacksmith. I have no shortage of places to burn stuff.
And these are not seeds to be planted by the curious. Those little baggies could be a Pandora's box of problems, from creating strongholds of invasive plant species, invasive insect species, and the like, all the way to some agriculture officials saying they need to rule out the threat of potential agricultural biological terrorism or warfare with a Trojan horse baggie filled with innocuous-seeming seeds. At the low end of the threat scale, the seeds could just be a scam, but they are prolific enough to be handled with care, reported, and turned in.
Don't open the package. Hold on to it and then report it to us. We are working with the United States Department of Agriculture's Animal Plant Health Inspection Service. They are the national federal agency in charge of this because it's happening across the nation.
Again, don't open them. Certainly don't plant them. Don't throw them out. If you have to, burn them, but you also need to report them. And we're going to put links on our social media platforms just to make it easy for you so you don't have to search to whom you need to report them to. Karen?
Oh, we appreciate it, Paula. It was so much buzzing on social media, so we really appreciate the clarification on what those are. Thanks. Still ahead.
Serious?
Oh, sorry about that, Paula. Still ahead, fast food changes. The biggest name in the business is closing restaurants and changing its policy on face masks. Also a terrifying sinkhole surprise. This is the aftermath, but we'll show you the moment when the ground crumbled, pulling 2 people underground. Later, will plain politics lead to the real thing? New toys encouraging little girls to think about working in Lansing and Washington. We've got that